They call their
Yeah.
operation Tufan al-Aqsa. How much is the Gaza issue connected to the illegal settlements in the West Bank and East Jerusalem?
This is the thing, and the Trump plan succeeds to not only get Palestinians to surrender, but to separate Gaza as an entity from the West Bank. So in the West Bank, although you have this collaborating pseudo-Palestinian state, in Gaza they proposed not an extension of it, but actually a separate, different collaborating regime, which would cause this disintegration between the two parts of the internationally recognized Palestinian territories. So this is the point. If you can separate Gaza from the West Bank, you've achieved a strategic victory from the Israeli perspective. Now, we have, of course, because of the genocide in Gaza, not focused much on the West Bank because it is I'm sorry to say, it's a lesser suffering. But a close Palestinian friend of mine is a Jerusalemite, East Jerusalemite with an Israeli ID. And, I could tell you stories about their suffering and the kind of banality of evil, the kind of low level horror of the occupation and the rights issues there. I think the Hamas response to the Trump peace plan will be a wake up call for this issue, because we're talking about how we link Gaza and what's happening there to the West Bank and East Jerusalem, and that linkage is the Palestinian issue. You can't disintegrate these territories, these people, this cause, and this history as much as they might want to. And so that's why, over the years, as you allude to, the Palestinian resistance groups have called their military occupations after these reintegrating names of reintegrating Gaza to Jerusalem. That is to say, the march to Jerusalem, because they're physically separated in Gaza, but they want to return and fulfill their rights. And so that issue, that Palestinian issue of reintegration, the ability to return or the ability to move, the ability to just go and pray in the mosque you want to pray in, that is a Palestinian issue. The Hamas movement knows that, and within its own framework seeks to speak to that, and that's why those military operations are named after it. So that's the framework that finds itself in, and that's why that they're not going to accept the Trump proposal to siphon off Gaza to Tony Blair, because the Palestinian issue is deeper than that.